Hi my fish friends, my fish peeps, how are you? I'm really here for another sumptuous, wonderful, informative commentary. Stay tuned. So today my video is based on research I've done and my experience, and my area in expertise, geography. I will be discussing how biometric pressure and weather fronts induce breeding and spawning behavior in fish, right? And looking at meds used to treat parasitic bacteria. Now, we must all remember that the world is divided up into 3 climatic zones, right? For all those persons who have been to geography class and have been paying attention, we know that the earth is divided up in 3 climatic zones, and these three climatic zones are further divided up in other climatic zones, but we just look at these 3 climatic zones, and I'll get back to the reason why I'm actually bringing this out. Now, the 3 climatic zones that exist: 1, tropical climatic zone; 2, temperate climatic zone; and 3, polar climatic zone. Now, the only climatic zone with seasonal variation, meaning you have a distinct winter, spring, autumn, and summer season, is the temperate climatic zone. If you did not know, now you know. Now, the polar climatic zone is located at the 2 most furthest points of the globe, where you have the North Pole and the South Pole. In some sections of the world, well, I'm talking about these 2 poles, right? They experience extreme cold temperature. As a matter of fact, it's so extreme that some sections of the world experience, well, some section of these polar zones, right, should I say, right? Good. Right, they experience 3 to 4 months worth of sunshine. I mean, you'll be at your yard, you'll be at home, and the only thing that really tells you that it is morning is your clock. The sun is actually up in 24 hours. In some sections, the sun is up for 4 months or 5 months. It depends on the time of the year. The sun does not shine for the next 4 to 5 months. Where am I getting with this? Now, each climatic zone has specific biotype of both vegetation, animals, insect, including fish. Now, as humans, we are creative, and we like to know that we have at the wisp of our, at the whisk of our, what I call it now, the whim or the whisk of our soul desire, we are able to admire, look at, or even become partakers of nature within itself. Many of the fish that we actually keep within our aquarium, right, are from zones in which we do not live. Because they are from zones in which we do not live, what happened is that the fish is within a new environment, and regardless of how you might look at it, we are now responsible for that creature from it comes within our care until it dies. Hopefully it doesn't die very early. Okay, biometric pressure and weather fronts. Now, I live in the Caribbean, in the tropics, right? Now, the natural climate, the climate in which we experience is tropical climate. We do not have seasonal variation. We are heavily influenced by weather condition blowing from the west, from the east, well, off the Cape Verde Island, off the coast of Africa, right? These warm fronts sometimes ITCZ, sorry. Yes. And the cold fronts coming from North America, Canada, and America, right? Coming across, going easterly like it's going to Africa. Now, what happened? This is just a little preamble, geography lesson, so as to explain where I'm going at, so that you can understand the dynamics as to how biometric pressure and weather fronts induce breeding and spawning behavior in fish. So I am not straying, I'm just trying to get you to understand. And the diagrams that are on the screen should help further. Now, when the warm air blowing from off the coast of the Cape Verde Island stretches across the Caribbean, heading towards the west like it's going to North America, especially during the December, January period, and even sometime in February, right, meets with the cooler air coming in from Canada and America, you have what you call an unstable front. Now, this unstable front creates frontal rainfall, or low depression, or we might end up with a system where in which the temperature just differ, right? Okay, whenever you purchase cichlids or some other tropical marine fish, these fish are genetically equipped to manage themselves within the weather fronts or the weather condition, or should I say the temperature, or whatever condition that exists within the tropics. When you remove these fish from the tropics and you take them to, let's say, the temperate zone or the polar zone, or wherever you take them to, out of their natural area in which they were genetically equipped to actually be, you now have to adjust your system, whether it be your tank or your pond, so as to help to keep them alive. Now, it comes down again to a topic in which I did before, where I looked at the whole idea of hard water and soft water. Now, the issue asked by the viewer regarding the topic to be viewed on weather and biometric pressure has been looked at in previous videos. However, the title of the video may have differ, so I have actually put together different aspects of some of the videos so as to make this presentation really airtight, influencing, and also educational. Now, air pressure, there are 10 points. 10 points in which I wish to share with you regarding this topic, and I hope that these 10 points will be of significance to you within the fish keeping hobby. Now, air pressure can influence the stability of minerals in water. This in turn affects water chemistry, whether it be hard or soft, right? So the air pressure in which you live, or which the fish is actually in at this moment, can determine the hardness or the softness of the water. Number 2 point in which I have to share: many fish species are endemic to specific region, as I've shared with you during the preamble, right? Due to the air pressure, right, and the solubility of the minerals in the water. And that is why some fish are so difficult to keep. Example, angels, cardinals, and cardinal tetra and neon tetra. The water chemistry should be near or exact its preferred condition. So many times you go to a pet shop and you purchase a fish, and the fish, by the time you reach home, that fish actually skin over, dead, doesn't exist anymore, right? This is primarily one of the reasons, because the water chemistry that exists at your home is not to the genetical structured fish, where it is coming from, where it was being stored, and where it is now, right? Okay, number 3 point, right? I'm trying to make this video as short as possible, but because it is within my favorite realm, that is geography, I'm kind of trying to explain using geographical scenarios so as to get you to understand the biometrical weather influence with regards to fish, right? Fish keeping. Okay, now all fish species are influenced by water quality and temperature. Now I did a video, I think I did 2 videos on temperatures. You need to check that out. I think you should see it on your screen below, right? This can either influence rapid spawning or decrease the rate of spawning and breeding. Now, if you did not know, now I'm sharing this with you. Cory catfish love cold water. Cory catfish, if you want a cory catfish to breed and you have the conditions set to spruce them up to ensure that they actually spawn within a set time, you could just put a lot of ice in the water and they will spawn very easily, right? Tetra, on the other hand, right, whether it be neon tetra, black skirt tetra, glass tetra, glow tetra, whatever tetra it is, right, tiger barb, right, these fish love warm water, so they will never spawn in cold water. Same too with guppy, mollies, and other fish that you may know, right, like bears, right? Okay, some fish hibernate during extreme weather condition, and some fish will just die. And that's the next point. I wasn't counting. This is number 4. Some fish hibernate during extreme weather condition, while some fish will just die. I don't know if you have ever heard about the different type of fish. For example, you have carp, right? But in addition to carp fish, you know, you have carp, and some people would say that carp is a type of fish that koi and goldfish, and some people will separate them, right? But I'm talking about koi and goldfish. Koi and goldfish can survive in your pond during winter, but you'll have to learn how to manage your pond so as to ensure that they survive. I will speak about that in subsequent videos. To breed some fish, example cory cat, I've said that before, and koi, cool temperature, ensure good spawning rate. Remember, cool, not cold. Alright? Okay, that's number 5. So I kind of mix up number 3 with number 5 there. Alright? But it's a very interesting topic, and I to be honest, I did not know that this topic was so enthusiastic as how it sounded. I thought it was really boring. But in looking at it, I found it really exciting. Now, number 6. After talking about the goldfish loving cool water to actually spawning, you must understand that I'm not trying to be contradictory. I'm not trying to contradict myself, but I just want to share something with you. It is the belief of several fish keepers that the hardness of the water, right, is second to the issue of consistent water quality, right? With varied water chemistry, parasites may affect fish stock, making them prone to several internal as well as external parasites. Simple put, some persons may say that the hardness and the hardness or the softness of the water is of paramount interest rather than the water quality, meaning that whether or not the water changes have been done and all of that, right? Because what you must understand is that if the water is too cold for some fish are prone to get disease and parasite. If the water is too warm for some fish might get disease and parasite. For example, the common fish ailment of ick, right? Now, ick cannot survive over 88 degrees. right? However, you won't find ick affecting fish that is below certain degrees. Let's say in the midwinter when it's very cold, right? It will not, while it won't disappear, it itself might hibernate, right? But it won't mess the fish up at that point in time. This is why it is easy for one to overstress that water change should be regular, and practice of feeding your fish natural food aid in the reduction of fish disease and fish health. You must understand that a lot of these feeds that exist, that persons actually feed the fish that they actually buy in the store, a lot of these feeds have several chemical compounds in them which inhibits good fish health. Now, I had some tilapia feed in which I purchased from the grain store. Now, after putting the tilapia feed down for a bit, because my goldfish just did not like it and my Oscar would never touch it, so I placed it down for a bit, and after a while I realized that these pellets, the tilapia pellets, I saw some little thing like weevil in it, and in addition to the weevil, the pellets itself started to get a greenish color, and the smell was really awful, right? We must be very careful. Use the internet as a source material to inform ourselves as to which feed we should feed our fish versus which feed we should not. You should also understand that if you feed your fish on natural food and natural things which will make the fish actually grow, right, you find that you have less issues. A lot of persons speak out against algae in my water, so I need to get a UV sterilizer. Algae in the water, so I need to get something to get rid of this algae. But to an extent, algae is good because it is a very good source of food for the fish. Some of these manufactured feed that we feed our fish are so dosed with chemicals that you may never know, but your fish may have cancer. You may be just looking at your fish one day and you realize that one of your fish eyes gone, right? Or your fish is just not swimming right because one side is like larger than the other. You might be thinking that it is swim bladder when it is not. It is cancer because of the feed that we feed the fish. So as best as possible, if you can, feed your fish natural food. Number 7 factor in which I wish to share with this item. But before I go to number 7, let I reiterate that bacteria and parasites which affects your fish comes with 2 things. 3 things, as a matter of fact. Your feed, right? It also comes with the water quality, and it comes with the fact that the temperature is just so correct that it encourages the whole idea of breeding these parasites. Okay, like humans, it is believed that every ailment of fish, both external and internal, can either be prevented or cured by using natural remedies. And I have looked at this particular topic already. I wish for you to check back on in my list of videos for aquarium fish. My fish is sick, right? You'll see I give a whole bunch of remedies for different ailments in which you might identify within your fish. For example, ick again, right? It is easily cured with the application of garlic to the water. So may just increase the temperature to 88 degrees if your fish can manage it, and it will eventually, after about 4 to 5 days, will kill the ick parasite. Right? Remember that the ick parasite is not vulnerable to chemical treatment, or should I say medical treatment, until it actually, I call it now, it breaks out of its shell. Inside of its shell, it's immune to the treatment in which you give it. It is when it become, I call it now, free swimming parasite, that it is more vulnerable to medication. So you may actually kill it while it is a parasitic larvae swimming in the water and all that, right? By the way, it will actually die if it doesn't find a host to actually latch on to. So therefore, if you have ick in your tank and your fish die, right, leave that tank running for probably about 2 weeks, right, and then you can do your little water change and all of that. After that, then you are sure that the fish that you may place in it will actually survive. Alright, so coming back to what I was talking about a while ago, right? I was talking about the whole idea of ick and the fact that this can be cured by natural, right? Now, once it is out of its hibernated stage, its shell, it can be killed. Check out my video. I have natural remedies. However, the garlic will not work if the water is warm. So therefore, if you're going to use garlic, you can, it is not advised for you to increase the temperature. If you're going to increase the temperature, once the fish can survive up to 88 degrees, or probably you can put at 89 to be sure, you can go for it. But if your fish can't survive that, try using garlic, right? Just put in the garlic, crush the garlic, take it out a little fine little shelly thingy, and just make it stay in the water, and the ick will actually dissipate, will die really. Alright, number 8 factor. Remember I tell you I have about 10, right? And the number 8 factor is that every fish has specific rules governing its keep and care. The bioload of fish species are encouraged by the water chemistry in which the fish is generally designed to be in. Bioload decomposes quickly in warm water than in cold water. This means the species of fish which are conditioned for warm water temperature are more easier to be infected with disease and parasites. This is so because bacteria and parasites usually thrive in warm water. This is why regular water change is so important, so empirical for cichlids and tetras, especially the neon tetras. Remember that any treatment that is high in iron and salt cannot be used with any type of catfish. Now, their body chemistry are conditioned for warm water. Their bioload dissolve quickly. This water is unsafe for a fish to live in at regular interval, or should I say for very long. Now, as a result of that, you need to get that fish in clean water as often as possible, or as quick as possible, whichever you may choose to comprehend. Now, the 9th factor in which you need to understand, I'm trying to make it short, but it's kind of really difficult, right? Some fish are the opposite. Carp and goldfish, well, carp, goldfish and koi, right, can survive their bioload without showing signs of ammonia burn or distress. You know, they can live amongst them waste for a very long period of time than fish that actually survive in warm water here, right? I'm not saying that ammonia burn doesn't exist with these fish, but I'm saying that they can survive a little longer. They are hardy fish in a sense, not hardy with meaning that high mineral, but hard meaning that they can manage cold temperature, right? Now, this is due to parts to their genetical composition. They do require water change and clean environments to be happy, right? And also to spawn, because to spawn a goldfish, the water have to be, one, have to be cool, two, it have to be clean, and three, they have to be well fed. Okay. Now, however, if they should be in a race with a cichlid to have a disease or parasite due to water chemistry, the cichlid and the tetra will die first. Right? Number 10, and I won't go back in that because I've actually been back and forth with regards to the cichlid and the carp, so you should have at least an understanding as to what I'm saying. Okay, let's look at the last one. The combination of plants and fish may not be good. Some plants do great in varied temperature, while others only do great in only preferred temperature. This may influence water chemistry, as plant may decay too rapidly, decreasing the water quality. In short, plants should be also checked with regards to their genetical structure as to what they can manage and what they can't. You should not put a plant in a pond where you know the plant will not survive the winter, but yet still you have it in the pond during the winter. What you think is gonna happen? As soon as it starts to thaw out, it's gonna decay and it's gonna affect the water chemistry. Now, this topic is a really interesting topic. I did not know that it was so interesting until I started to look at it, right? So therefore, I did not look at it as a commentary. I looked at it as a video. I hope that this video was interesting to you. And as I said before, I'm saying again, if you like Central American cichlids, if you like African cichlids, then you're gonna have to provide the environment, which includes the aquascape, along with the water chemistry, along with the food for these fish. You cannot have, well, you should not have your cichlids, right? And you're feeding your cichlids caustic, yes, or you're feeding them what you call flake food. You should be feeding them cichlid food, because the cichlid food is so structured that it helps to keep a balanced diet. Now, that's it for fish keeping Jamaica. This video was really long, but I hope that you understand what I'm saying. I hope that you enjoyed it. It was informative. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day. Right here. Bye bye.